earphones. In this video, I'm looking at the Kinera Celest Gumiho IEMs. Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews. This is the box for the Gumiho Celest, and I just wanted to show you this little cool thing. This is actually like a metal bookmark, or use it for whatever purposes you wish. I'm just going to leave it in the box there, but yeah, that is a nice little touch. As always, Kinera, who you might know of, they are known for their exceptional design abilities, and they make some really gorgeous stuff and some really nice high-end IEMs as well. But let's have a look now at the Celest Gumiho, and there they are. And yeah, they're pretty. I tell you what, when I saw the photos and whatnot of these, they kind of looked, I don't know, I expected these sort of hollow feeling thin acrylic shells, but they're actually feel pretty solid. They're nice and thick. They're really nicely built, and they've got this gorgeous painted design on the faceplate there, and they look fantastic. Detachable 2-pin cable. Let's have a quick look at the cable. It is pretty nice. It's very supple and it handles well. It does have a bit of microphonics, I will say that, but I think that's due to the shells more than the cable itself. And because it's so soft, it does tend to get tangled every now and then. But overall, it's a pretty nice cable. Let's come back to these. And the price at this time is around $49. So we're in that budget area. And inside of here, this is a hybrid dual driver unit. It's got a square planar driver, or an SPD, and one balanced armature driver. Now, when I say planar, it's not a planar magnetic. It is like a dynamic driver, but it is square shaped instead of the traditional dome, and it's flatter. I think that's the general gist of it. I haven't really looked into it that much. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. But as far as I know, yeah, square driver, but it's not a planar magnetic. So I think the design is really nice. They are very comfortable as well, sort of all day long kind of comfort. It's a really nice looking shell, and in terms of build quality, they feel better than they look. In my opinion anyway, I think they feel really nice. Got triple vents there. And once again, Kinera, or in this case Celest, have done a fantastic job with the design. Now let's get into the sound, and we'll throw up the graph now. So probably not too surprised to see that. I mean, so many graphs in 2022 are all looking pretty much the same. This one has a couple of differences, most notably that quite large peak at around 7 to 8 kilohertz. That does a couple of things, but we'll get to that. I'll start off with the general sound qualities of the Celest Gumiho. It is, I'd say, neutral to bright kind of sound signature. It does have a nice hefty bass. It's got good sub bass extension. It can get a nice rumble going, and fortunately, unlike a lot of other recent IEMs, it doesn't have too much of a scoop out of the upper bass and the lower mids. It's got a bit of fullness there, which I appreciate. Sounds natural. It gives a bit more body and fullness to male vocals and instruments. And the quality of the bass itself is pretty good. It's not the fastest bass, but it's definitely not sluggish in any way. But it's got nice rounded notes, and it hits with impact and plenty of punch. Now onto the mids, and the mid-range is very clear. It's got excellent clarity. Vocals sound nice and smooth. There is no graininess there whatsoever. Both male and female vocals sound nice and healthy and clear, articulated. Same with instruments, and the spacing and technicalities in the mid-range are also good. The overall resolution is quite good, and there's a lot of detail, not just in the mid-range, but in the treble region as well. And speaking of that treble, yeah, it's pretty good actually. The timbre is good. I'll tell you what though, it does kind of border on being sibilant now and then. It didn't really cause me any problems, unless I turn the music up loud, but for the most part I could listen to these and that treble spike doesn't bother me for some reason. You can see around that 5 kilohertz mark as well, there's a bit of a scoop out in the presence region. But having said that, vocals, like I said, plenty of presence there. They're not recessed at all. They're nice and forward, nice and clear. And overall, the Celest Gumiho, I keep forgetting the name, the Kinera Celest Gumiho is overall a really good sounding IEM, especially considering the price of $49. You get a nice cable, you get these beautiful shells. Good overall sound, good resolution, very detailed, so it picks up quite a lot of micro details. The soundstage is pretty good. The overall sound is dynamic, so you get a nice wide soundstage with good forward depth as well. And instrument separation and is good. Imaging and placement is also good within the soundstage. Look, they don't really excel in any way, but if you like the current trend of chi-fi tunings that are coming out, but you just wish for something with a little more treble energy rather than all that upper mid stuff, then you'd probably love these. And I do appreciate the tuning. It sounds a little bit more dynamic than that very generic sort of Harman curve that we're getting very, very used to. And let's do a little bit of a comparison now with the 7Hz Cell Notes 0. I'll throw up a graph of both of them here, and you can see they are fairly close. The Gumiho has a bit more fullness in the upper bass and the lower mid range, and the Cell Notes 0 has a little bit more presence around that 5 kilohertz region, and it's kind of a bit more even up that top end until it drops off at 10 kilohertz. So this one overall has, in my opinion, a smoother treble. This one has that little bit of edge and spice to it, so that's actually a good thing, especially if you like a little bit of treble energy. Now, in terms of overall resolution, the Celest Gumiho comes out slightly ahead. It's got slightly better instrument separation. It's got better detail retrieval. The Zero, on the other hand, is just it's a little bit more easygoing to listen to. It's got excellent mid-range tone. It's got really nice natural mid-range. And I know this is less than half the price of the Gumiho, but I think the added cost of the Gumiho is justified. It is better in technicalities, and it's just something slightly different compared to these, which basically so many things are tuned just the same lately. And I should mention the Tin Hi-Fi C3, which could also be called the C2 or the T4 Plus. We'll get more into that in my next review coming up soon. But these are pretty much tuned along the same lines, literally, as the Cell Notes 0. I find these a bit better, a bit more better technically in their performance. I'd say these aren't quite as dynamic as the Gumiho Celest. The Celest again has that better treble detail and a little bit of an exciting little spice up top. But I'll get more into this Tin C3 soon, as I said in another video. But for now, that is the Kinera Celest Gumiho. I think it's pretty darn nice, especially for less than $50. They're a very nice IEM, and you do get that nifty little bookmark as well. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, Parfam Audiophile style. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more content like this in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you later.